Hello, hi, welcome. I am Carina and this is Life Inside and Out with Carina. If you're new to the channel, which you probably are because it's just my third video, and I'm not going to say that every single beginning of the videos, don't worry, but for now I'm doing it. So if you're new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit the like button if you want to. And don't miss my uploads. I'm going to upload on Fridays. And also, if you are interested in videos where I share some tools and exercises and things like that to help you move into that greater inner and outer well-being that we're talking about on this channel, then there's a link in the description below to my Patreon page. There's a few different tiers there, but the bottom tier is access to these videos that I will be uploading there maybe twice a month. We'll see. But have a look and let's go from there. I'm quite excited to talk about today's topic, which is the perception we have of other people and how other people perceive us, because it's an important subject, and it's a subject that I think most people struggle with sometimes. I know I certainly do, and even more so before than I do now. But it's this thing that we keep seeing someone as they used to be instead of seeing them as they are now, because we change throughout our lives. We change on the inside. Our brain changes when we experience something new. Our body chemistry change when we experience something new. When we learn things, we change, and we learn things all the time. We learn new things, whether we're aware of it or not. We learn new things. And what happens is that we kind of get a little bit stuck in a thought habit of seeing someone in a certain way. We see our parents in a certain way. The parents see their kids in a certain way. We see our partners in a certain way. And when we keep seeing them as they were, we don't allow ourselves or them to go through this journey of life to become better versions of who they are, which is basically something everybody wants. Everybody really wants to become a better version of who they believe they are, of who they truly feel they are. It's I think a responsibility we have as fellow human beings to allow ourselves to see both ourselves and the people in our lives, how they evolve, how they grow, how they change through life, and also allow them to see that side of us, to see how we have grown, that we don't, if we go back home, that we don't slip into these old behavior patterns, that we act as the people we are now, that we stay in the feelings of who we are now instead of going back into being that scared little teenager or boy or girl of 5 years old, which we often do. And I know it's difficult because I repeatedly catch myself thinking about my younger brothers who were like 9-10 years old or so when I moved out. I was 17. And for years I saw them as 9-10 years old, even though I saw them at least a few times a year because I moved to a different town. And you know, and then for years I saw them as 15, 16, even when they moved into their 20s. And now they're in their 40s and I still see them. When I think about them, I often think about them as they were when I saw them more regularly, because we don't live in the same country anymore, so I don't see them very often. And you know, we all do that to one extent or another. And it's not really, I mean, I know that I don't want people that I knew 10 years ago. I don't want them to keep thinking of me like I was 10 years ago, because 10 years ago I was still miserable. I was still a bit in chaos. Go back 12 years ago and I was completely miserable, in complete chaos. And I was struggling with absolutely everything. And since then, I've moved myself bit by bit, slowly, into this place where I am now. And I want people to open up and allow themselves to see me, who I am now, to see the person I have grown and evolved into. And a year from now, or a week from now even, or 10 years from now, I want people to see me who I am then. I don't want them to see me who I am now, or who I was 10 years ago, or 20, 30 years ago even. And I'm sure you don't want that either. I'm sure you want people to see you for the good in you, for the love in you, for the appreciation in you. And I think you want to see that in yourself too. And so it's very important. So ask yourself these questions, 3 questions. Do I allow myself to be who I really am right now when I'm with other people? Or alone, for that matter. Question 2, do I allow myself to see other people as who they are right now instead of who they used to be? And the 3rd question, do I allow others to see me as who I am today and not as who I used to be? And we cannot control how other people see us, but we can offer them that view. And then it's up to them how they see us. And I think this is such an important topic. I think it's extremely important topic for our growth on an individual and community, family, friendship level, in relationships. I mean, if you're in a long-term relationship with someone, you need to change your view upon this person constantly. Keep the good stuff with you. Feel the love, feel the appreciation, see those things. And allow this person to step into who they are. And it's... I have a client who, when I started working with them, they were in addiction, a drug addiction. And they have since moved themselves out of that addiction and are now living their lives completely differently and as completely different people, as who they really wanted to be all along, as who they truly are. And it would be really terrible thing if everyone in their lives kept seeing them as that addictive person that was a mess. And that's not fair. We have to allow people to become the better version of themselves, to become who they want to be. And we have to allow them to see us becoming the better versions of ourselves. So in this journey, in this movement of moving into our greater inner and outer well-being. We want to allow this. We want to allow ourselves to change how we see ourselves, to change how we see others, to see our possibilities and the love and appreciation in our hearts. Because magic happens when we do this. And it's just magical. It's a magical way to live life. It's a gift to someone when you see them as who they want to be seen, as who they really are. Even if they don't know it themselves, even if they don't know who they truly are, you can still see that in them, and you can still allow yourself to keep seeing that even if they don't act it. And as you do so, you give them permission to become that person. Because it's awfully sad and it's awfully painful, it's awfully hurtful to hold someone in a place they don't have to be in. And I think it's a responsibility we all have towards ourselves and to the people in our lives to update our views, to allow the better versions of people to step forward, to step out, it's just nice. Yeah, so comment, ask me questions, visit my Patreon page, and again, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you haven't watched my other videos, this is the third, so there are 2 videos before this video, and I will just post cards with links to them in the screen during this video. You might have seen them or not. So anyway, yeah, just consider it and ask yourself, why do you keep seeing people as they used to be if they're not those people anymore? And why you stay the person you have been, because you don't have to. So with that being said, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. And I love you. I appreciate you if you're here, and if you're not. Bye.